Hello everyone and welcome to the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Care Network. I'm Dean, the host of the N.A.R.C.N Network and channel, and also the host of the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Today I'm going to be presenting to you guys episode 219 on the N.A.R.C.N Network, and the title of episode 219 is Do These Things to Negate Control That the Narcissist Has on You. Now, all narcissists are going to try to control you. This is part of their psychological makeup. If you don't know this particularly about narcissists and you've never encountered some of the information about this on the N.A.R.C.N Network channel or anywhere else on any other narcissistic network, the narcissist is all about controlling you. This is all that they really want to do. This is what satiates them, or you know, this is what they're after. They need to have ultimate control of everything when it comes to everything around them in their lives. Now, this is even true when you disengage with a narcissist or when you become not involved with them anymore. So we're going to be talking about just some things that you can do to negate the narcissist's control over you, maybe after the factor of when you've not been, when you're not dealing with them anymore in a relationship. This can be a romantic relationship. It can be in a friendship relationship. You can apply this to a number of different things, but basically what the narcissist is looking to do even after they've disengaged with you or after they've not become romantically involved with you anymore is they're still seeking to control you. So there are some things you can do about this, and some of you may do these things automatically when you're dealing with a narcissist, but for those people out there who don't do these things or don't automatically know this, we're going to be just talking about a couple of points here that you can particularly do. Now, if you're in the instance where you've disengaged with a spouse and you don't have any children with that spouse, this is probably a lot easier to do because you can literally shut down control completely. You don't have to have any dialogue with that ex of yours, with that husband or wife that you've disengaged with, or if you're going through a divorce or something. You can do all of the dialogue you need to do with that person through your lawyers. You don't really have to have any dialogue with anybody else. But if you're in a situation where you're dealing with having children with a person and you may have shared custody or whatever, it's a lot harder to disengage with that person. Now, lawyers will tell you that you can have dialogue with these people only through the source of contact that a lawyer may have, your lawyer may have it with their lawyer, where you convey information back and forth. Again, that's very difficult to do because if you're having to deal with children or young children on a daily basis with a spouse that's a narcissist, you may still have to have dialogue with them. If you do have to have dialogue with them, keep their dialogue to this. Keep it specific to the kids. Talk about what the children need, what their requirements are, what they have to do, what you have to do with them, or whatever like this. Don't ask the narcissist about how they are. Don't ask the narcissist about what's going on in their life. Don't talk to them about anything else that's going on with them. If they attempt to talk to you about things that are going on in their life or whatever, stay away from that conversation. Ignore it. Don't respond to it. Be polite about it, but ignore it. They're actually talking to you just to get fuel off you. They're talking to you to get your ire up. They're talking to you to trigger you. This is what they're doing. They're looking for that attention that they get from the trigger mechanism of you going off with them in a fight or making them them making you aggravated and triggering you to get a response out of you. Don't talk to them about anything related to this. Don't talk about anything that other than the specifics of those children and what's required for them. Only talk to them about those specific things. Be cordial about it. Be polite. Stay away from any dialogue that concerns anything in that narcissist's personal life, or if they ask you anything about your personal life. Stay away from that dialogue altogether if you can, and any dialogue like that if you're dealing with an ex-spouse or whatever in this instance. Now, if you're dealing with somebody you've been involved with in a romantic situation, but you are not married to this person, again, shut down contact completely with this person. Don't have any contact with this person at all if you don't want to. If this person is making your life hell and just causing you all kinds of trauma and turmoil, you don't need to talk to this person anymore. Trust me, you really don't need to talk to this person. Shut that dialogue down completely. Disengage with them. Just don't, if they write you, don't answer them. If they call you, don't answer the phone. Do whatever it is you have to do to just get away from them. And then if there's no dialogue or no contact, there's no way for them to control you, and it's as simple as that. I know this is easier said than done in some instances, but a lot of people off my N.A.R.C.N network have learned to do this in these situations with people that they were dealing with. It can sometimes be difficult because you could have been in a relationship with this person for a number of years, and there will be an attachment going on, and that attachment can be very hard to break. But I do find that once you're dealing with a narcissist, and once you're dealing with having studied what a narcissist is and you understand it, this may indeed help you to disengage with that narcissist when you now understand what you've been dealing with. And you now understand that the majority of your life with that narcissist that you had, or what you thought was what you had with that narcissist, most of it has probably been a lie. You've been dealing with a person who is a sociopathic type individual, a manipulator, a liar, a person who can't tell the truth, a person who just deceives everybody that they're around because that is the way that their mind functions due to their disorder of narcissism. And once you realize this, and you realize that it probably wasn't anything personal against you, they do this to everyone, you may be able to wrap your brain around disengaging with them better and not take it personally. I know for myself, once I learned exactly what I was dealing with my narcissist, this made me, first of all, it woke me up completely, made me completely aware of what was going on. And when I combine this with my understanding of psychology that I've studied for many, many years here, like I've talked about on the network before, this really made me aware of what I was dealing with these individuals, and I did not take their actions with me personally anymore. I realized that these people have personality disorders and things going on with themselves that they don't have much control over, or maybe no control over. And this completely depersonalized their actions with me to a way that I can now deal with them like a person. I can still have dialogue. I still speak to my narcissists, some of them, and I still have dialogue with them. But I deal with them in a more professional manner in this instance, because I now understand what's going on with them to a great degree. And that can sometimes help you to, to negate that control that they have over you in that personalized kind of way. I can only say from my own experience that this worked for me, but I think that it will work for other people, because I do know other people off my narcissist network and off the N.A.R.C.N network who have indeed utilized some of the things I've talked about when I was going through my narcissistic events and my recovery after my narcissistic events. And this helped me, and it's helped other people around me to be aware of this too. I have some active people right now who are using some of this information as well to help them get past their trauma that they endured with the people that they're dealing with. Again, part of negating the control of a narcissist is to disengage with them. If they're not there to bother you, if they're not there to harass you, if they're not there to try to control you, the problem isn't there. And the problem will go away after time. A lot of times people think that, oh, I'm never going to get past this. It's like, oh my God, it's like, you will. Once you understand what's gone on, you'll be able to get past this event, and you'll be able to look at things in a completely different way. Again, when you're not dealing with a narcissist, they don't have control over you anymore, and this is part of the way that you negate their control. But you can also, if you have to deal with a narcissist in any capacity, limit your dialogue with them. Limit what you talk to them about if you have to. Don't talk to them about your personal life. Don't listen to them when they talk to you about their personal life. You don't need to have this engagement if it doesn't involve any benefits to you at all. Just don't engage in that type of dialogue with the narcissist if you don't have to. And that's one way to negate control over you, because the narcissist will continue to try to control you. They will try to even control you just by disallowing you communication with them sometimes too. And if a narcissist disallows you communication, let's say they stop communicating with you at that particular point, and they haven't communicated with you for 6 months or whatever the amount of time is, and suddenly they come back and start communicating with you again, don't communicate with them. Ignore them. Just leave them alone. Let them go do their narcissistic stuff that they've got to go do with somebody else other than you. Let them deal with that person. You know, disengage with them. They disengage with you, let them stay disengaged with you. Just go along with that and continue with that thingy, and eventually when you don't talk to them, there's a good chance that they will go away and not have any contact with you anymore. They'll go on to the next person that will give them that fuel and that attention that they need. And they'll engage with those people. You know, it's sad to say, because we don't want anybody else being harmed by the narcissist. But this is what they'll do. This is exactly what they'll do in this instance. And this is part of the things you have to do in order to negate that control that the narcissist has over you. Just disengage with them. And if you can get away from them completely and disengage with them completely, do that. If you can't, limit your engagement with them, limit your dialogue with them, limit your contact with them. This will all help you get away from the narcissist control in active ways that are beneficial to you. So this is just what I want to talk about here in episode 219. I'm going to say to you guys, please stay tuned. I got content coming up, or new content coming up on the N.A.R.C.N network and also on the Unmasking the Narcissist channel. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in some future videos.